A nationwide manhunt is underway in France as police continue to search for two armed gunmen wanted in connection with the killing of 12 people at a satirical newspaper office in Paris. These are the two men officers are looking for, two brothers, Sharif and Saeed Kouachi. Both are believed to be armed and dangerous. There are reports they were spotted early this morning at a gas station in northern France and could be heading back to the capital for another violent attack. The victims from yesterday's massacre include several journalists and cartoonists, two police officers, as well as 11 other people who were wounded. An 18-year-old suspect surrendered to police earlier today. Meanwhile, a female police officer has been shot and killed in Paris this morning, but at this point, investigators don't know if it's linked to the Charlie Hebdo murders. Police say the officer was stopping to investigate a traffic accident when a man opened fire. A street sweeper was also seriously injured. Today is a national day of mourning in France. The country's president has ordered flags at half-staff. A moment of silence was held to honor victims of the attack. Onlookers wept while listening to bells at Paris's Notre Dame Cathedral.
I will just read the name of the victims that were shot this morning. And after, we'll have a minute of silence.
Hundreds of people also turned out for a vigil at the Vancouver Art Gallery last night. Names of the 12 victims were read aloud. The crowd stood with signs that translated into "I am Charlie" and "Can't kill free speech." A moment of silence was also observed. Many also verbalized how important it is to stand up for free speech.
You want to call it terrorism or something else, whatever, you just can't do that. That's, like I said, freedom of speech is important, not just in France, but everywhere.
In other news, a man is believed to be dead and little boy is still in hospital after they were struck by a car in Port Coquitlam yesterday afternoon. It happened after school was let out in the area as the pair were walking along Citytv Drive near Pitt River Road. The driver stayed on scene. There's no early indication as to what caused the accident. RCMP are looking for witnesses. Several vehicles have been damaged in a large fire underneath the Alex Fraser Bridge on Annacis Island in Delta. The blaze started in a parked semi. The flames quickly spread to a pair of other vehicles, leaving the trucks gutted. Delta police got reports of flames shooting 15 meters into the air with some power lines damaged. Luckily, no one was injured. Police do not consider the fire to be suspicious. Vancouver's first homicide of the year has resulted in a very quick arrest. A man's body was found in an apartment at Triumph Street and Templeton Drive on Tuesday afternoon. Just 15 minutes later, another man was arrested at Dundas and Wall Streets. Police believe the victim and suspect knew each other, with the death being drug-related, but officers had few other details when announcing the arrest yesterday afternoon.
There are some unique circumstances with this homicide that hopefully I'll be able to provide as early as tomorrow morning once charges have been laid and once the next of kin have been notified.
Police have recommended a manslaughter charge against the 29-year-old suspect. Tensions between hikers and mountain bikers on the North Shore appear to have reached an all-new high. A 64-year-old woman is accused of sabotaging trails. Greg Harper joins us now live from North Vancouver with more on this. Greg?
Good morning, Jody. Well, this is actually pretty alarming, and it's the actions of two mountain bikers that led to the arrest of a 64-year-old woman. She was arrested on Dempsey Road on Sunday, and this woman is accused of sabotaging the Quarry and Lower Skull trails. These are trails that are very popular with experienced mountain bikers. The woman was allegedly caught on video by hidden cameras that were purchased and installed by two mountain bikers. The woman allegedly seen intentionally laying out logs and rocks, setting traps, if you will. There's some real concern here that these traps could have caused some serious injury.
It's a shame that it has to get to the point where someone's arrested, but really, the forward progression we've seen in the trail development and the trail use for all users over the last 10 years has been a very positive thing. So it's kind of a sad thing that someone has to be arrested because they're endangering people's lives.
These two individuals have taken it upon themselves to, set up these cameras in a lawful way, and we didn't ask them. We didn't, it was totally on their own volition.
And this has been taking place for quite some time, since August to December. Now, police are recommending charges of setting a trap and mischief to property. The woman who is accused of this, her name hasn't been released. She is set to appear in court next month. Jody?
All right, thanks so much. Greg Harper reporting live for us this morning from North Vancouver. 6:36. Let's talk some sports here. It's a big night in Vancouver. Roberto Luongo returns to Rogers Arena for the very first time since being traded to the Florida Panthers. Luongo played 8 seasons with the Canucks and is the team's all-time leader in wins and shutouts. Puck drops at 7 o'clock, and you can watch it on Sportsnet Pacific if you're lucky enough to have a ticket to this one. Make sure you're in your seats early. The Canucks are planning a video tribute to their former captain. Vancouver Whitecaps will open their season March 7th at home against Toronto FC. This week, the MLS Players Combine gets underway in Florida. 4-day annual showcase sees future MLS players performing for coaches, general managers, and of course, scouts.
Because last year we weren't as fit as we should have been going into the first game of the season. Me being installed as the head coach late notice, and we're playing a little bit of catch up, so that won't happen this year.
You're going to be playing 2 games a week at a time when you're trying to keep your head above water in the MLS schedule. It is going to be a tricky job for our coaching staff to try to manage minutes and make sure that we've got fresh legs available.